uzalishaji viwandani Kenya ni muhimu kwetu wa Kenya. Tunachangia pakubwa sana kwa uchumi wa nchi yetu. Rais wetu kwa malengo yake manne ameuzingatia. Uzalishaji viwandani Kenya ni muhimu kwetu wa Kenya. Tunachangia pakubwa sana kwa uchumi wa nchi yetu. Rais wetu kwa malengo yake manne ameuzingatia.
Facilitating trade between Kenya and other countries is among the various steps put in place by President Uhuru Kenyatta, not just to help the country in earning foreign exchange, but also to create job opportunities for the thousands of Kenyans in the export value chain. The United Kingdom is among Kenya's key trade partners, with the bilateral relations between the two dating back many years ago.
You all know that the United Kingdom is key to Kenya and has been a well-tested strategic partner over the years. You are our fifth largest export destination. But also equally, and I believe more importantly, you also form the largest pool of foreign investors in Kenya, with over about 220 British companies based and working in Kenya.
The United Kingdom is among the top destinations for Kenya's export products, valued at 39 billion shillings annually.
So our estimation is that if we were to realize even 5% of the UK market, those numbers would be in excess of 3 trillion shillings in terms of exports. But what is required for all exporters is the certainty of market.
So in terms of what we export from Kenya, it's everything through from beans, passion fruits, mangoes, avocados. Then there's a range of flowers. Then there's a lot of herbs we're doing out of Kenya now, which will go into Europe, which will go into the UK. And all these have been worked on very actively. Over the last 50, 40, 30 years, we've developed these products and we've become experts on them. So very few countries can compete with us.
To secure the United Kingdom market and ensure that thousands of Kenyan jobs are not lost when the United Kingdom exited the European Union, President Kenyatta oversaw the negotiation and signing of an economic partnership agreement between the two countries.
To ensure that Kenyan exports continue to have access to foreign markets, as a government, we have successfully concluded negotiations for an economic partnership agreement with the United Kingdom that will secure long-term duty-free and quota-free access to the UK for our products.
The economic partnership agreement between Kenya and the United Kingdom is an agreement that will help us to transit Kenya's trade with the UK from the framework that we've had before, which is a framework in Europe. As you know, the United Kingdom exited Europe, Brexit, everybody knows that, and the transition arrangements will end by the 1st of January next year, which also means that all the trading arrangements that the UK had with other parties, they've had to conclude trading agreements. So Kenya has agreed and has decided to negotiate an economic partnership agreement with the UK start at present, which we hope, and it is intended that the other East African countries also join. What that does is that it secures Kenya's trading relations with the United Kingdom after Brexit. The United Kingdom is our fifth largest trading partner. We export nearly 40 billion worth of goods to the UK each year. They send us about 35 billion worth of goods each year. And this framework is significant because it is one of our, because a lot of our people rely on that market. So it was imperative that the government secures that market in the context of Brexit.
We were in a position where we needed to get a deal for Kenya so that Kenya's trade with the UK is secure, it's certain, and that everyone involved in the value chain knows that we can grow our crops in Kenya. Their market in the UK will be intact. This is a market and a trade regime that involves 200 billion shillings. So this was something that we needed to be secure about, and I think we have secured that. We are extremely pleased.
So, what is contained in the new trade deal?
So it's basically an agreement that focuses on trading goods. And what we've done in it is secured the market for Kenya's exports. Two, what we've done in it is also secured the flexible rules of origin that enable us to industrialize. We don't always have raw materials in Kenya for everything that we manufacture, and we rely on imports. If it is iron and related products, we don't have iron in Kenya. But out of this agreement, because of the flexible rules that enables us to import raw materials from elsewhere, process them here, and then sell to the UK, we can realize greater industrialization. The third thing that we've negotiated is created a framework for resolution of technical barriers and phytosanitary matters. I think many of us read about it. A lot of times our goods might face interceptions because of SPS-related measures, residue levels, for instance, in vegetables and other crops. But right now we have a framework for resolving those matters before there is, closure of the market. A third feature of it, we've also secured the agreement with regard to fisheries. Fisheries was a critical feature even in our EPA, in our EPA agreement, and we've also ensured that we can continue to sell our fish to the UK in the context of this agreement.
Trade with the UK is very important. It's something that has traditionally been going on since the last 100 years, and it's very good that we've signed a free trade agreement. This will ensure continuity of our business that carries on, and something that will ensure that we are able to supply, especially through this COVID year, which has been very difficult for horticultural exporters and producers. The last 5 years has been up and down quite a lot for our industry, whether it's floriculture or it's horticulture, simply because we've had a lot of variations in exchange rates, in fuel, in capacity, in weather. But we are a very resilient country, we are a very strong industry, and we have delivered to the UK very well.
We all know about Kenya's flower industry that has dominated not just the United Kingdom market for many years, but others as well. But did you know that flowers are not the only Kenyan product that is flourishing overseas? Kenyan vegetables, herbs, chilies and berries are loved across borders.
Veg product is all grown for export, most of it, and 80% of our export goes to UK, 20% goes to other markets, including the rest of EU and UAE, and also part of it goes into our local market here in Kenya, in the supermarkets and grocery shops. We have blueberries, raspberries and strawberries. We grow and pack ready for the shelves here in Naivasha farm. All our produce is, our berries are all residue free, and we market them as residue free berries. We've been able to achieve this using biological controls, whereby we use biopesticides and we use predators to attack other pests that attack our crop. We also have very many other ways that we try to manage our crop so that it's healthy, it's sweet and juicy. It's been really a good thing that happened to Kenya by going to the bilateral agreement with UK, because with this happening, then it means that our product will not be taxed as much, will not be taxed when it goes into UK. And this is a relief for us as farmers and exporters, because now at least we are relieved of that cost that would otherwise would have been there on our crop. This encourages us to even produce more and export more, and thereby also creating jobs for Kenyans and putting Kenya out there.
You know, blueberries are loved here, blackberries, blackcurrant, raspberries. Those are not things that you really find sometimes on our shelves, and this can be sold here under this new regime. It just means that under this agreement, we can export more to the UK and get more money into the pockets of ordinary Kenyans.
With the export market dynamics changing, it has become paramount to diversify and take full advantage of all available opportunities. Value addition is one of the ways exporters are breaking the barriers in the export market, especially with highly perishable products.
Meru Hubs began as a water project. In 1989, the Catholic Diocese of Meru, in collaboration with the Italian government, started a project aimed at providing water to close to 430 families living in the semi-arid region of Tharaka Nithi. Once the water was in place, then we could now irrigate. The question was, what do we irrigate, and then to whom do we sell? We did a market research and realized that whereas Kenya was already exporting tea and coffee, there was a viable market niche for herbal teas. So we organized a group of 33 farmers and started growing hibiscus, lemongrass, and chamomile. At the beginning, we were exporting in bulk because we didn't have any form of machinery in place. But later on, we invested in machinery because we realized that when we exported value-added products, not only did we create more employment, but also got a better price, a better value for the herbal products. We started exporting bulk to Italy. And then when we started adding value, now we expanded the market to France, to Austria and Germany. So Europe is still the biggest market we have. And then we expanded to Japan, to Ireland and Canada, and most recently the United Kingdom. What we're exporting to the United Kingdom at the moment are the tropical fruits and the tropical fruit jam and the tomato-based sauces. We have different types of jams like mango, papaya, pineapple, papaya and lemon, hibiscus. What we do is whatever fruits the farmers have available, like guava, we try and make a jam out of it. So this is our biggest export right now to the United Kingdom. What we have done is we have smart partnerships with ministries and government institutions such as Keproba, Kirdi, KEFIS, and Kenya Bureau of Standard. With Keproba, for instance, we've had outreach programs, and then we've had capacity building in product development and export marketing.
The Kenyan export value chain involves many people, thus creating many job opportunities, right from the farmers and producers at the grassroots to the manufacturers and quality control personnel, to those that ensure the end product gets to where it is destined for.
We have organized a group of farmers who have gone through a conversion period to become organic, a 3-year conversion period. And what they do is they grow the herbs and the fruits, and then they bring them to the factory, which is located in the center of the project. And then we have a group of mostly women. It's an activity that is mostly taken up by women. They prepare the fruits, they prepare the herbs, and then they package them. Everything is done manually. We do not have machinery for that. And once they are ready, we get a 20-foot container to go all the way to Meru. It's loaded and then it's sent to the export market directly to the customer in whatever country we export into.
The Economic Partnership Agreement secured by President Kenyatta's administration also gave room for diversification of export products. Among the many potential products that Kenyans can earn from through exports to the United Kingdom is honey. Many farmers in areas like Eastern, Coast and the Rift Valley have been diligent producers of honey for the local market, which has been a source of income for their families.
Tunanunua kwa wakulima huko Reserve. Tunaenda tukinunua kwa moja moja, halafu nasanya huko unasainia tu mali moja, alafu baadaye unatafuta gari yenye naenda kuleta. Tunaleta, ikifika kwa store ndio tunaweka sasa kwa store, tunapanga, alafu tunatafuta siku yenye tunatoa sasa nje, tunaweka hiyo masali yetu nje vile tumewaeleza huko kwa store. Tunaweka nje, jua inapika kwa mchana yote. Sasa jua inapochoma, hiyo mafuta inaseto inaenda chini. Sasa ikienda chini, ndio sasa jioni baadaye tunaenda kuseparate hiyo wax na mafuta sasa. Tukisha separate sasa, tunaweka kwa vibuyu kama hii. Tunausia customers wenye wananunua. Kuna wenye wananunua ikiwa kwa vibuyu, mwenye anaenda kula kwa huko nyumbani. Alafu tuna package hizi terms of sizes, kuna ya 300 grams, kuna hiyo ya nusu kilo na kuna hiyo ya kilo moja.
President Kenyatta's government, through the Agricultural Sector Development Support Program, has been educating farmers on production of quality honey that is fit not just for domestic market, but for the international market as well. And farmers are excited about the prospects of exporting honey to the United Kingdom.
STSP walituita kwa seminar. Wakaenda kutufunza maneno ya asali, waliita watu wa nyama, maziwa na asali. Sasa wakaenda wakatufunza, ndio wakatuambia maneno ya value addition. Tulifunzwa maneno matatu wakati tulienda kwa hiyo maneno ya value addition ya asali. Tukaambiwa maneno ya kupake kwa mkebe mzuri kama hii. Nyingine tukaambiwa maneno ya KEBS, kucertify kwa KEBS. Ya tatu tukaambiwa maneno ya PACOT.
Hasa asali ya Baringo ambayo Rachemo Animal Marketing Cooperative Society wanapokea na kuprocess na kuona kwamba ni ya quality ya juu. Imekuwa satisfied na Kenya Bureau of Standards, na tuko na alama yake hapa tangu miaka kama 15 sasa tukiwa tunafanya kazi na KEBS. Hata mimi nilisikia tukufu rais alikusia kusema wamesign agreement ya ambaye itakuwa kodi nafuu, kama hakuna kodi kwenda kwa nchi hizo kupeleka vifaa vyetu. Na kama asali iko pamoja na hizo, tunafurahi sana kwa sababu tutapata soko nzuri. Na tukipata soko nzuri, hapo sasa tutapata wakulima watoya asali kwa wingi.
Tunashukuru sana kwa hiyo maoni ya president ya kutoa market, ya kusign market. Hata sisi wengine najua kwa hii asali atufanya asali peke yake. Kwa nyumbani tunaweza panda matunda, tunaweza fuga mbuzi, tunaweza fanya kazi zingine. Sasa tukipata hiyo market itatusaidia juu tutapeana, alafu tushughulike na kazi zingine za nyumbani. Tunashukuru president kwa kutoa hiyo market kubwa ya London. Ndio hata sisi tunajua pande yetu hapa Koriema source of income zaidi ni maneno ya asali, na tunapatanga in bulk, hatuwezi tukakosa.
The fact that there is a lot of honey being produced in Kenya now, and that there is a market here that can absorb that honey fairly quickly we under this new regime. That Kenya is ripe to transfer some of its textile sales from the US to the UK, for instance. So markets are always important to diversify. So we sell all our apparels to the US. We can sell some to the UK under this regime as well. If we look at the beef market, if we look at our animals, goats, and dairy products, all those we can also now sell to the UK under this new trade regime. What does that mean? It means that hundreds of thousands of jobs in not just in the flower sector, not just in the tea and coffee sectors, but for smallholders doing honey, for smallholders doing fruits.
The aspirations of thousands of Kenyans who rely on the export market hung in the balance when the United Kingdom announced it was leaving the European Union, a path through which some of the Kenyan exports passed on their way to the United Kingdom. President Uhuru Kenyatta's push to have a new trade deal with the United Kingdom is an assurance that those aspirations are now secure as exporters gear up to fully utilize new frontiers.
What are the next products we're going to do in the next 5, 10, 15 years as well? Because as Kenya, we need to start doing research on those products, we need to start growing those products, and we need to make sure that we're able to get all of us as smallholders, as large farmers, to grow together and take them out. For us as industry, we obviously think that, and a lot of work is being done with Calro, who are looking at cocoa, because chocolate consumption will continue. We are looking at pomegranates, we are looking at nuts, we're looking at ginger, we're looking at garlic, we're looking at watermelons. So there's a lot of new things we can grow that can grow in large scale, and we can ship by sea. And these are the kind of lines we need to move on. There's a success story that's slowly coming up, sweet potatoes. Sweet potatoes are being grown, and there's a company in the UK that's importing them and making them into chocolate bars, etc., high protein bars. So it's something, those are the kind of things we need to do in the future as well.
Now with the EPA in place, we're going to be able to diversify and do herbal teas. We can do further experiments with products that we're doing in Meru Herbs. And we look forward to actually trading much more in the United Kingdom, because now with the incentives in place, it will be much attractive to export to the United Kingdom.
We've gone through the crisis of Corona, which has really affected many companies, and now with taxation it was going to be even worse. But with this kind of agreement, then we're sure that companies will continue with their operations, and there will be employment still provided, and stable employment for Kenyans. And we are looking at it with the expansions that companies will feel free to expand, then there will be more employment created for Kenyans.
The business opportunities are only just being discovered. I mean, we have the fantastic exports of tea and flowers, which are pictured here beside me. These are the ones that we know of today, and these will of course continue into tomorrow and successfully continue tomorrow because of the free trade agreements. But of course we have the fishery opportunities. There is more to be done in agriculture. Kenya has such an amazing technology culture. So there's many softwares and industries that can be developed through the boom in technology. There's a massive domestic market as well, of course, which is growing in Kenya. We have a very young population, a growing population, a population which has the income that it wants to spend on services, on entertainment, on products. So I think it's really just the beginning, and businesses of all backgrounds and all interests should certainly be seeking out what is possible in Kenya beyond the amazing tea, the amazing flowers. If you like tea, you're already drinking it in Britain. If you admire flowers, you're already smelling roses from Kenya. But there are many other products and services and technologies to be explored.
We will continue to aggressively work to try to improve our market share in the UK, because it would significantly raise the value of our goods sold to the UK, secure the jobs that we hold and increase them, and ensure that many more farmers can not just plant their food, but they can improve the quality and quantity of their product.
The goal of government in securing this agreement is to ensure that our investors are certain that their market is secure. Two, that people who are keen on investing in Kenya are also certain that they will have an export market for their goods, especially if they are selling into the United Kingdom.